I'm going to run your test today on a 10 horsepower unit that has a rotor that is 12 inches in diameter and 16 inches wide. It's a staggered knife rotor. It's a slow speed unit. You kind of see how it's structured. So the slow speed will reduce the amount of dust created in the process. This one is 16 inches wide. We also have one 24 inches and 32 inches. I believe with your material, if it opens all the way up, either of those units, either of the three will work. When you do it with the 24 or the 16, we're gonna have to kind of keep it closed like that so it gets a grip on it. So I'm gonna turn off the video, turn on the machine, and start running your test. I'm gonna use a 15mm screen for this test. Again, we're gonna run it with a 15mm screen. You can put in on the screen anywhere between a 4mm all the way up to a 30mm screen on it. So depending on the size particle you want to get out of it, we can change the screen size fairly easy. But we're using a 15, it's kind of in the middle. So I'll give you kind of the results of the test. The larger the screen size, the less dust, but also the larger the pieces. The smaller the screen size, you're going to get more dust, but then you get smaller particles out of it. So it really depends on what your ultimate goal is in the end with the material. So turn on the machine, it's really simple. The blue button, make sure all your safeties are in order. And then you just come over here, turn on the blower. It's the integral blower system hooked right onto the unit there. And then we turn on the granulator. So I'm going to take your piece over here. And we're just going to drop it in the back of the unit. The system has no problem with these pieces. I'll just put another one in there. And again, this is the 12 by 16 model. We also have the two other larger models. That's the problem with this. You gotta keep it folded. Here's the material coming out now. So I'll just keep loading some more pieces in there to give you a good view and to give you a good result. I'm going to turn off the video now and continue loading. I'll load up another piece. Has no trouble grabbing this as long as you keep it folded together. Keep it kind of tight like that. This system has no problem taking these sheets at all. So again, this is a 16-inch unit here. Give you a front view of how it's working. As you can see around the unit, it's not creating any dust anywhere in the air, so you have no air particles going, and here's the material just keeps coming out. So I'll just keep running the material, and then I'll show you the test samples, and I'll send you a bag of it for your own review. Here's the results of the test. I ran about 6 of the planks. I left a group, probably 8 more planks left, just in case you want me to run with a different screen size. But the 15mm screen size did a nice job. It tore it apart, broke everything down, separated it a lot, and it didn't make a great deal of dust at all in the process, which is really good. The issues you get if you go to like a 30mm screen size is you run the risk of clogging the blower system. It just kind of hangs around on the cyclone and has a chance of it clogging up. But this is the perfect size for flowing through the system. If we went a little bit lower, we can go to a 12 or a 10. You'd still have a nice breakdown of the material. But you start going below 10, like to maybe like a 5 or a 6, you start to get a little more dust in the process. So this is kind of the midpoint of it. But again, I kept more material here so I can rerun it with the smaller screen if you'd like, or we can run it with a larger screen. But either way, the machine had no problem. The 12 by 16 machine had no problem handling these parts, and this is a 10 horsepower unit.